Great. Oh, mashing. I like mashing.
Yeah, can you mash? If you do it at the table, it's too hard to do it. It's too hard. So there's that gorgeous gravy. Look at that. Onions. Or red wine. We've got veggies.
Veggies. You've got a three-legged chicken.
Why do you keep saying that?
Well, because something's gone from it.
That's just the wing. Whoa.
Look at that.
Oh my
You know
god.
what that is?
That's all mashed
A few toads in a hole.
Kiki Maddie.
few toads in a hole.
What is that?
Mashed potato.
Mashed by me.
That is sausages.
Sorry,
Toad
guys,
in the hole.
Right, can I leave you and kick
Yeah,
along
yeah,
a bit?
do.
Just let me just serve
Do,
this
do,
and
do.
then you can come back.
There's quite a few toads in there.
bit.
You're right,
Says
Betty.
Christine Lovebutter.
Run out of butter.
Again.
Oh, I like that cushion. Where's that cushion from?
Where is it from?
What do I reckon? Where's that
No,
from?
that's from Dina for our room in there.
Ah, I love that. Doesn't it? So it's like the mask of theatricality. So there's the family sitting down to feast on a three-legged bird, to eat as many toads in the hole. Ah, Betty, do you know why a toad in a hole is called a toad in a hole?
I should do, but I don't.
No, I don't. I thought you might know. Oh, you found out. What was it?
Because I read it recently.
It wasn't over. It was
Something about using the little bit.
the leftovers of the beef.
It was beef.
There was beef in a toad in the hole. Still doesn't explain why they call it toad. Why do you think they call it toad, Mum?
I've no idea.
Does it look like a toad?
It does a bit in that
Oh, toffee.
incarnation wise.
And it, they go this way. and
That's
that
all
way.
right.
Mum's talking about a sling that she puts around her neck with balls in it.
Well, you hold it like this. It goes from your neck all the way down your back. I mean, it's just-
What's it called?
So nice.
Ball sling. Thing.
Thing.
Electric thing.
Electric thing.
lean forwards a bit. It's brilliant.
Where do you hear these things?
Dina's very, very good with massage. Dina's Swedish massage trained, aren't you, Dean?
Yeah. I mean, DNA is 22% Scandinavian.
Yeah, are you?
Dina, tell the subs the story of how you were trained to be a beauty therapist, and then what happened.
What?
Dina went to the best beauty therapy school, got the full training, and then on her first day, she was in Alder's beauty therapy department, weren't you?
Did this happen to you or Dina?
Well, she can't remember the story, so I'm telling it. And a woman came in,
The
and she had
hirsute woman.
and she had such hairy
Because
nipples.
you've been an ex of yours,
Not
Mum.
nipples.
No, she did. She had really hairy nipples. The first one had hairy nipples, and the second one had the most hair. And do you remember you were waxing it, and it was just horrendous, and you were sweating.
I waxed. She had a full leg wax, which should have taken 40 minutes to an hour and a half. She had so much hair, it bled. The roots.
Because what happened
Was that the
was
amount of
Dina
Hang on a
loved
minute. I think my mum knows the woman who was here.
no, but Dina loved doing beauty therapy, so she would practice on us. So we'd always be laid out on the kitchen table
Right.
having something done. So she thought, oh, I love this. I want to be a beauty therapist. Went to train, and then of course, when you're actually in a hot, sweaty room in a department store, and somebody smelly comes in with thick pubic hair and
All I
nipple
want to tell
hair.
you, the whole life bloody
Didn't you
problem.
leave on the first day?
No, I bloody lasted 6 months and I was paid £37 a week
Yeah,
Good girl.
in 1981.
but you did walk out halfway through a wax. I'm sure you did. Dina. I'm sure you walked out.
No, when she booked in again, when I saw her name in the thing, I went, no, I'm not doing her.
Oh,
But what do you do with nipple hair?
Betty asks the questions no one else
In
dares.
this day and age, they would wax your nipples, but you weren't even allowed to do like the bikini line. Was the bikini line? It was just that bit.
That's all you're allowed to do
Just
there.
that bit.
Now you can go right up your crap, right round your nun.
You can
Terrible.
have it demonted,
What do they call
bejazzled,
Bejazzled.
Can you have it stone cladded?
pebble dash.
So that's interesting. You weren't allowed to do further up than the inner thigh. Why? Because it was bad for you. Or because it was rude.
That's true, actually. I can remember those things.
It's like Judy was saying the other day, Judy, the new
just shrug
women
up.
presenter, was saying, oh my
Rotate.
God, Love Island, I'm literally just seeing whole vaginas are out for the entire hour. Can you imagine being a waxer now? Somebody comes, they come in and have their whole vagina done.
Yeah, but on Love Island.
Not on Love Island. They've been done before we get to
the
that.
men are staying quiet.
I'm with you.
Maybe we should do a back crack and scrack on Dad, whatever it's called. Crack back and sack.
Sat back and cracks.
Back second back kick.
He's got no hair.
Yeah, no, that's partly why your knees are so good.
Partly why your knees are so good.
Smooth skin.
Thanks, Dina.
Eight backwards, 8 forwards.
So now, does that really work for you?
I have a theory about relaxation, you know.
Yeah.
I thought you set up a theory about erectation.
What did you say?
A theory about relaxing yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
I think as we pass through life, you know, say from the age of 16, 17 onwards, we gather ice in our hearts.
Oh.
Okay.
I really think so. And we build up a lump of ice in our hearts.
Yeah.
And I think all relaxation should be directed towards how do we melt it?
Yes, thawing it.
How do we return to the original state
Yes.
of who we are? Because we don't want this addiction. This has been forced upon us. And therefore we're trying all sorts of little tricks, except the one deep in the mind,
Yeah.
you know, which can lead you from the mind to the heart and say, give up.
We're going to say, fuck off.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's about fighting that
Well,
ice.
it's just another
Yeah.
theory.
Yeah.
You know, do with it whatever you like.
Yeah. What do you think, Mum?
Well, I don't know.
No, it's the
I
lump
know what
of
Teddy means exactly.
the lump of
Yeah,
ice
Yeah, no, I
in
get
the
it.
human heart.
Yeah.
That's where all the problems
Yeah.
begin.
Yeah, I
think.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, I suppose another way of saying it is bitterness. When bitterness comes in and it does, and it's something you have to be really mindful of as you get older, not to get bitter, because bitterness is old age.
Yeah.
Every time I hear myself being bitter, I hate myself so much because I think, just don't go down that road, because where's it going to lead?
I'm feeling sorry for yourself. I think
Yeah.
that gets worse.
Feeling
Being
sorry for
unforgiving,
Yeah.
forgiving, you know.
I can think of a lot of people who've got a lot of ice in their
Yeah.
hearts.
So forgive yourself and forgive others, and you will have a vista of enormous freedom
Yeah.
in front of you.
But it only damages yourself if you don't forgive others.
Oh, of course it
It
does.
damages yourself.
Yeah.
Whenever I hear anyone talk about forgiveness, I always think of Jimmy Mizzen. Do you remember Jimmy Mizzen, Subs?
No.
That poor boy who was murdered in the kebab shop. He was with a few of his friends, was years ago.
Okay.
His mum, I've met his mum a couple of times, and she's Christian, and they're 5 brothers and sisters, I think, and she absolutely heartbroken. She went straight to where he was murdered that night and said, whoever did this to my boy, I forgive you. She said it in the same night.
Yeah. I
And
would
that's
imagine
been her. She's campaigned for, it must be 15 years ago now he was murdered, and she has campaigned all that time. She's raised so much money, and that has never ceased. That's her message,
No.
forgiveness.
Yeah, exactly.
She's
And you
incredible.
know what?
That night, she didn't even need, not even the next day.
Yeah.
Human beings have got an enormous capacity for ignoring that lump of ice.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got nothing problem with me.
Yeah.
No problem with I'm perfectly okay.
Yeah.
But there's somewhere, there is something that is retarding you as a human being.
Yeah.
I'm very Arab like that. I don't really forgive.
You don't
I'm
forgive.
very Arab.
Splinters of ice.
But
What's
at
the
the same
story?
time, I think if you forgive too much, that can also be.
Ooh.
Yeah, there is a line.
What did you
isn't
say,
there?
Dan?
Good.
There's a line with forgiveness as well, I think. Some people are too forgiving.
Do you think you've been too forgiving?
In the past, yeah, definitely.
Ooh.
I
Yeah.
think sometimes
Yeah.
there's cases we don't
Yeah,
forgive. a
you
person.
you can protect yourself, but without a lump of ice in your heart. You know, I'm talking about a lump of ice.
Yeah, and you don't always have to let a person know that you've forgiven them. Do you know, so it doesn't have to be a big thing of forgive, but if you can in your heart forgive, but still have distance, if you need to have distance, then I think that's good as well. But I think it's when you hold stuff in your heart, it's really bad.
You see, standing up for yourself. Standing up here for yourself is honorable. Hiding the whole thing in a lump of ice is harmful to you, and you don't want to hurt yourself. Therefore, you stand up and you say no.
Isn't it the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe where there's the splinter of ice? Isn't it in the Ice Queen's heart? In the Ice Queen's heart, it's a splinter. It's a splinter of ice. In the Ice Queen's heart.
It has been known right through the centuries. Nothing new.
But you're right.
Nothing new under the sun at all.
But you definitely atrophy
really
as you get
helped,
older.
Yeah.
Your
I
emotions.
feel my head lifted.
It's like in every respect, that's that thing of Picasso saying, I've spent my whole life trying to draw like a child, in the sense of to get my innocence back, to draw, you know, to draw in that way. Freedom and innocence. And I do think as we get older, we do atrophy. Things become hardened. And you're using the ice analogy, but it could be anything where we're hardened to think that we know stuff, and then
I've known so many people who arrived at the age of forgiveness. And they have forgotten how to forgive. You know?
I bet there's lots of
and they're only paranoia and vengeance in their hearts.
But don't you think often when we don't forgive as humans, it's because we want to protect, and because it's kind of a misguided belief that we're being strong?
I
That's
think,
the
your dad's
difficult
distinction
line
between
to walk,
forgiveness
isn't it?
and the ice in your heart. There's a difference. There's self-protection, and then there's pretending you're not.
But that's what I mean. Sometimes that can get blurred, and that ice can crystallise because you think you're protecting yourself.
But what it demands really is morality and honesty. You see, it's only because we are trying to hide against something false. Okay.
Staying up, Kiki?
Thank you for a lovely evening.
Oh, it's
thank
so
you.
lovely to see you.
Philosophising, chatting. It's been great.
Come over in the week for a meal. God, go careful.
Oh my
Do you want an umbrella?
I'm here, Betty.
God help us.
Oh my God.
Teddy, what was that?
What did I do?
Oh my God.
You put my shoes on. Wait for me. Wait for me.
I have no idea.
Blind leading the blind. Go on then, Mum.
Oh, you're going? No, continue.
They're all going.
Bye. Imagine they all slip. Oh my God, what happened? Slip, make the whole map slip.
So what a wonderful lunch we had. There's the debris. There's the aftermath, and the Oscar celebration hasn't even started, though it has for Unicorn Man, look. Looks like he's doing something very naughty to himself. I've just edited a movie review with Nanny Di. She's lying down. Maddie's having a bit of a kip. Everyone's recharging their batteries before we attack and assault LA, Los Angeles. Meanwhile, upstairs, Nadia Sawalha off the telly is about to come downstairs and watch Love Island, I believe. And that's happening any minute now. So I'm going to ask her if she wants a cup of tea. I'm going to go upstairs and see. Would you like a cup of tea? I'm not, that's why I'm filming me.
Kiki wants to
Oh my God, babe, you can't do that. Put your braids away.
Mark, stop it. Kiki wants a really big canvas.
Yep, we're going to get one.
Where can we get it?
We're going to build a canvas. We're going to make a canvas. Have you noticed that all the Christmas, everything's gone?
I know, it's brilliant.
No.
Don't be showing the room.
I'm not, I'm showing the pool. I'm making a cup of tea. Yeah? No.
Look, Kiki.
How big a canvas do you want, girl? Just want to show you her room. Her room is so cool. You can have one as big as you want.
How big do you want it? She wants to work for ages on one of them.
Ah! Just going to go and have a sneaky look at your wall. Look. Our wall is so cool. So cool. Just showing your self-expression on your wall.
Oh my god, this bit's the good bit.
That bit's the good bit. It's so cool. So you want a really big canvas?
Yeah.
I can get you enormous canvases.
Okay.
Yeah. Just have to go up Crown Point and give some dodgy bloke like 30 quid and he'll give me one. Look what's going on in here, Mum.
Shall we?
This is what happens. This is
Shall we
what's
have
going to
a
happen
hot
when
day?
you die, Mum. We're going to lay you out to rest in here.
I know, it's so nice.
And you'll start to smell after about 3 weeks.
Well, I know, but I won't care because I won't
Mind you,
realise.
we could probably pickle you in fizzy water. That's not entirely safe, Mum, a light there. And
No, it is.
How is that helping you read?
Because I could do that and then I read it. It's not bright enough if it's over there.
Okay,
Also,
cup of tea.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Well, Love Island. Love Island.
Go down the stairs like you're in Love Island.
I can't.
You did it really well.
Oh, look, I've got a square around me.
So how excited are you about the Oscars?
Sobs, I'm this excited.
But you're going to get past one award and then pass out?
No.
Are you sure?
Positive.
And the wind. Tell us about the wind.
The wind. Well, the storm came. I did say there was going to be
She
a storm.
did. Storm
And it's
Kira. I
coming,
thought it was
it's Kira.
Kiara.
And it's still windy and it's still cold and I don't know when it's going to stop.
Yeah. What are you hoping for from tonight?
I'm hoping that. Well, I'm in a difficult position, Subs. I can't tell them about the
Parasite.
I tell them about the
You can
parasite.
talk about Parasite.
Well, you see, the trouble is that whereas I was thinking that everybody had gone mad and was coming up with saying that this Parasite film was the best film in the history of the world, and I was thinking it can't be that good. And of course, what's happened is Mark and I both separately have been to see it, and it turns out it is.
Yeah.
And so,
Check out our review.
yeah.
So we're going out to get snacks.
So
I'm most excited about the snacks.
well, we're excited about the snacks, and then Mark's got this theory, and I think he might be right. That something very anodyne, like what's it called? What's it? The
Ford v Ferrari.
Ford v Ferrari, which was a fine film in its own right, but nothing exciting.
No. Could win Best Picture.
Could win Best Picture in the same way as Green Book did last year, because it's an all-American feast.
There you go.
And people aren't going to want to give it to Parasite, which happens to be the best film that we've ever seen in the history of our lives. And Mark, it brought tears to Mark's eyes. As
But
a
just
director.
share with us briefly what will happen, Maddie, and all of us really, if Joaquin Phoenix doesn't
We
win.
all leave home. We
I
have
mean,
to
we're
think
going to have
seriously about
serious
this.
issues.
And he might not, you know, Mark. I think they might punish him. I don't know what for. but I think they might.
For being the Joker? Maybe.
For being, well, like what's his name, Graham Norton said, a white man who gets whiter.
Very true.
Help me.
Come on, walk. Oh my god. What is it?
Subs, this is terrible. It's windy.
It's windy.
Rather windy.
It's really windy, guys. I didn't realise it was this windy.
I didn't realise it. Doing the Joker now.
I've got my Freddy Krueger jumper on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thing is, I end up buying snacks for everyone and I forget snacks for me.
Look how, everybody's out. Because it's so
I know.
It's not good.
You're walking very well though.
I know. I've really
good.
worked on it, haven't I?
Yeah, are you pleased?
Huh?
Are you pleased?
Yeah, I'm delighted.
So we are in the early hours. What time is it, Nadia Sawalha? It's about 11:30.
11.
It's about 11, and we are all just on the right side of conscious. Nanny Di, I feel that you're kind of fired up. Nads is exhausted. She's cooked a 4-course meal. She's been up since 6:30, and you're just generally tired. She's got a stinking headache. She's got a non-hangover hangover. The girls have both had a little bit of a rest. Maddie's recharged the batteries for the potential onslaught of destroying all remnants of the American film industry if Joaquin Phoenix doesn't win.
There will be blood.
There will be blood. Kiki, meanwhile, is just pardon?
He doesn't win, I'm raiding Hollywood.
If he doesn't win, she's going to raid Hollywood. And Kiki's been doing art upstairs, and she's now down, ready to go. I'm ready to go. I don't know what I'm most excited about this year. I think I'm excited about Parasite doing well.
They won't give it. They can't give it. They won't give it to Kiki.
I'm just a bit bored of Jong Boon-ho.
Kiki's excited about 1917.
1917.
Sensible one.
Boom, is that the one you're rooting for tonight?
Yeah.
Boom, who are you rooting for tonight?
Joker.
Joker. I want Joker to win more than just bloody Best Actor, because it's really annoying me.
I'm getting very excited now because
So Nanny Di has got perilously close to it starting. It's about to start in 20 minutes, the Oscars, and Nan is still up.
I'm still here, folks.
Have you run out of snacks?
Yeah.
No, there's
You're going to go and look, yeah?
loads.
So basically sugar is keeping Nan up. I might make myself a coffee in a minute.
No sugar. I've had no sugar.
I'm having a coffee. Anyway, it's about to start soon.
Bigger than you now.
Sharon Chu. It's Sharon Chu.
Tell him I'm having a heart attack. Look, he's trying to save me. He's trying to save me. My arm's hurting. Oh, been very sweet to me, this dog. Oh. Sharon Chu, we're never going to know who she is. Sharon Chu.
It's now nearly 3:30. Nanny Di.
Subs, he won't let me go to bed. He keeps lying to me and telling me that the next Oscar is going to be the big Oscar of the night, which is either the film or the main actor.
I keep thinking they are going to be.
No, you don't. You know that all these other ones are coming up, but you just don't tell me. And now I've got a headache, really bad headache, and I've got a really bad stomach ache.
You're going to shart
And
everywhere.
I'm turning into my mother.
You're turning into Nanny Thelma.
I just want to go to sleep.
I know, I wish they'd hurry up. It's the morning after, the night before. Parasite has parasitically won everything.
Cleared up.
It's cleared up. Nanny Di made it to the last 2 awards.
Yep.
Then she had to go to bed. Only Kiki managed to stay the distance. But Nanny Di is now off. Where are you off to, Mum?
I'm just having a drink and a drink. Home.
And then you've got a class tonight about
got a class
apocalyptic
tonight.
London.
About Quatermass and the Pit. It's about being taken over from monsters from outer space, which everything seems to be dystopian.
Is Quatermass the doctor?
Quatermass, yeah, Professor Quatermass.
Like Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah, except he doesn't invent anything, he's just a scientist. But
Okay.
everything is like that.
Have you had a nice time?
Very nice time. Who would
Oh.
have thought I would have stayed up?
I know. Say
yeah.
goodbye to your subs.
Bye, subs. I mean, I don't know how many of the subs stayed up with us.
Yeah,
but
about
why am I so
40,000.
red in the face?
I don't know.
Anyway, never mind.
Oh, well, lots of
Bye.
love, Mum, and we'll see you
Love
later in the week.
See you later in
Get
the
some
week.
sleep.
Yeah, and you guys all
All
look
right.
after yourselves.
We will.
And
Careful.
Has Kira gone?
Yeah.
Is
Keira Knightley.
gone?
The storm.
Yeah.
The storm that is Keira Knightley. Storm Keira Knightley, we should call it.
It's-
Oh, bye. This is like the lighthouse.
Oh my God.
You do like my lobster. Tell me you like my lobster.
It's starting to rain.
Oh, I know. What's she doing with her arm? There she goes. Where she goes, nobody knows. She's going very fast though now, isn't she? Look at her leg. She's barely limping. Good on you, Mum. And there she goes. My funny, funny little mum. You all love Nanny Di, don't you? I love Nanny Di, and you probably get references every now and then to some of the troublesome times that we had when I was younger. They weren't troublesome. The thing about being a child in an odd environment is that you find the best in it. So it's only after the event that one looks back and you realise perhaps you were needing for this, perhaps you were needing for that. But I always find that if you get to the age that I'm at and you're still blaming others and other things for any insufficiencies or issues in your life, you kind of need to just move on. You do need to move on. That's not to say that you can't identify neglect or fears of abandonment or being left on your own. There's all those mistakes that my mum clearly made when she was younger. But she was younger. She was, in her early 20s. So I just find sometimes if I imagine her as a young adult, I can forgive her all of those things that happened back then. She didn't do anything maliciously. We can all, I think I hope the story of me and my mum shows that you can overcome quite big hurdles, because believe me, in my 20s and 30s we had an incredibly tempestuous ride getting to the place that we're at now, and it continued actually through rehab and all that. We had to contend with a lot, but it required her to dig deep and be honest with herself as much as it did me. But I also at some point had to make a decision to not just hold her responsible for everything. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, don't know why I'm saying all that. As I watch her head off, I think that she's all I've got in terms of separate to my family I've created with Nadia and my eldest Izzy and Fleur. She's all I've got, and I'd be lying if I didn't say I feel like I'm her parent. But I'm happy with that. I'm all right with that. I feel like I look out for her, and I consider her almost like my eldest child. And I did do when I was very young as well. But I don't resent that. It's just the way it is.
Can't you hear my voice sounds shaky? My voice sounds weird.
Your eyes have gone a bit red.
Oh my God, what's happening to me? I don't think it's just a drink of water though.
It's having no alcohol for a week.
Somebody's noticed. My voice doesn't sound right. It says so unique.
Neither does your eye.
Do I sound poorly? Tara Ramirkara says I sound poorly.
Why is one of your eyes going in?
Oh, Mark, stop it. No, seriously, can't you hear my voice sounds weird? It's shaky. I suddenly sound 97.
You do sound a bit old, like that, the old voice.
Oh, we've got a nurse, Sue Williams. Stop it, you're fine, I'm a nurse. How do you know I'm fine? You haven't taken my temperature, you haven't taken my pulse, and you haven't seen my red eye.
Beg your pardon?
Somebody says they think I'm getting a cold.
Well, you haven't had a headache all day.
I've had a headache since yesterday. Oh. Jackie, 16, has hit the nail on the head. She said it sounds oddly out of tune. Oh my God, somebody else has said I sound drunk. I haven't had a drink in a week.
You always sound drunk and you're always out of tune.
Yeah,
doesn't she? It's true.
You're back.
You're back.
See you in a minute, guys. Oh, shit. What's wrong with me?
Why is it going higher?
Unmute it.
My voice sounds weird, Mark.
Mum, you're missing it.
Doesn't sound like my voice. Oh, quick, turn it on. It's very important. Every time you leave it for a minute, please.
You can always rewind.
So then you can just totally say all the words you're going to chat. I could walk in invisible and just listen to everything they had to say.
Oh, thanks, Tom.
No, that was you.
Mark says it's getting weirder by the minute.
It is.
See that minute?
In that minute, it just
Doesn't
went.
sound like me.
Same minute?
Minute. It's wobbling! Everyone say, oh my God.
What is it a sign of?
Get me some water. It's not a cold, Funky Trish. It's not a cold.
Well, you've got a cold. You're ill.
No, but it's not.
Your eyes genuinely...
Mark, stop it. My voice is wobbly. It's coming from here instead of from here.
Coming from where?
There. Can you hear it? It's wobbly.
Have you got a bit of phlegm?
No, it's not phlegmy. I would understand that.
Coronavirus?
Pauline Meadows thinks it sounds okay. Tracy Bow says it does sound wobbly. Oh, God. Mark, I need a cup of tea. They're all saying I need a cup of tea. It's because I'm having a late night, but it's not late. What's the time? Do you know you can only start these by doing that? It's so annoying.
I use my nose.
10 to 10. It's not
What?
late enough to have a wobbly voice.
10.
Tarank says I sound okay. I'm going to give myself a panic attack, says Eggle Bolton. Thank you, Demito Forge. Yeah, the warm drink. Everyone's saying warm drink. What? Warm drink. Get me a warm drink.
You know, like Nanny Di has a really thin voice.
Nettie Bacon says I should sing. Ah! 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 Does that sound wobbly?
Well, you always sound out of tune and wobbly.
I didn't ask if it sounded out of tune. I asked if it sounded wobbly.
And I just said you also always sound wobbly.
Heather Gunn says, get something for my eye while you're making my tea. Why do you think my eye is red?
It's not, it's your eyes, your ball has gone in.
Oh, God.
Your-
Leanne
your
says
right
I mustn't
eyeball-
sing.
You do look a
Hi,
bit
Johnston.
weird.
She does.
Your eyes look a bit weird.
Your right eye, look at me
They
again.
look a bit crossed.
Oh my God, they went completely... They went completely opposite direction. Hey, again.
Did you see that?
He's saying my eyes are going in opposite direction. Hang on.
Oh my God!
Mark, stop it! You're frightening me! Don't! Hang on. I can't look at myself straight now. Go away!
What's happening with
Look,
you?
it's Love Island. I'll see you after, guys. I hate you. Mark, I'm not right. Something's not right.
Why is your black on
You have to
your-
unmute
It's gone
Love
completely
Island.
black.
Mark!
You have to unmute Love
Stop
Island.
it!
She's looking stressed.
What's the first thing we do when we get back?
Go for a proper date.
Proper date.
That's me, you idiot.
Yeah, I know, I'm saying look at your eye.
I know there's
Eye.
definitely something wrong with me. Definitely. Oh, Mark, don't, because I've got to keep my eye on this. What?
Oh, it's gone, you've gone out of focus.
Mark, shut up!
You've literally gone out of
Mark,
focus.
stop it!